Hey, what's going on, guys? The Langbanger here. I wanted to give you a updated profile on my Lorcana deck. So I am going with Ruby Sapphire, and the goal of this deck is to ramp up. So what ramp means is I'm going to hit my turns faster than you. So maybe by my turn 2, I can maybe be at turn 3 and you're still at 1. Just that sort of thinking, right? So that means I can drop more powerful characters or cards before you can. So this was a concept, in Magic, I'm sure other games too, and I just always liked that idea. And when I went to the pre-release for Lorcana, I was on the Sapphire Steel, and that's where the ramping comes from, is the blue cards. And I just always really liked that concept. And I looked at the blue and I said, okay, that's the ramp. Now, what do I want to, ramp up into, right? So you can mix two colors. And I looked at all the Ruby cards and I thought to myself, like, okay, they have some really good control cards, some really good high drop cards. So that's why I combined the two. So that's not to say I may not switch color combinations down the road, but this is just where I'm at currently. I might still be missing some cards. I don't fully know, the game card for card yet. I think that I own most of the cards. Maybe I'm missing some rares, maybe some supers that could go in here, but couple of these cards feel a little off, but for the most part, I was able to get like all the legendaries and supers that I need pretty much. So let's just go into it. So you have 4 develop your brain, and I'll kind of pause in between each card so you could like zoom in, read if you need to. I am using 4 of the 1 jump ahead. And I'm showing you the Sapphire cards first, and I have this in order from lowest cost to highest, and then the same thing for Ruby. I then have 4 Grandma Tala. I don't want to say this is weird or incorrect package, but I am using the auras or auroras. So I'm using 4 of those. A 2-drop, quest for 2. That's kind of cool, I guess, but, it just kind of feels underwhelming just when I read the rest of the cards that I am using. So I'm not saying that that package will get cut out, but it's just kind of a random thought. So I am using 4 Fishbone Quill. So nothing too crazy there. And by the way, I have only played in the pre-release, a few weeks, or it might have even been a month ago now. So I haven't played in local play. I haven't done any testing or anything. So again, maybe my build's completely off. Maybe my thinking, could be improved. So just disclaimer there. I am using 4 of the Mickey Mouse. I'm using 2 of the Aurora, the 4-drop one. I'm using 4 Bell. I'm using 3 of the 5-drop Aurora. So again, like that's 3, I forget how many of the 4-drop, and then 4 of the 2-drop. I don't know if this will be cut, but just, a thought on my mind. So definitely it makes sense, once you have the first Aurora out, then you could play the next one and it can cost less. Like, that's the cool idea or concept on that, but we'll see. I am using 4 Let It Go. I'm using 4 Hades, and that's the Sapphire part. So you'll also see that, I don't have every drop, for a color, and that's kind of okay because you may hit a point where maybe you don't need it, or maybe you could drop multiple cards instead of just 1 card for that drop, and just things of that sort. So just wanted to throw that out there because, I have no 6-drop for the Sapphire. And I can't recall if I have it for Ruby. So going into the Ruby, I am using 2 Donald Duck. That's another one of those weird cards. I feel like there's probably something better. a 2-drop, a 2/3, quest 1, like, it's not the worst in the world, but it's not something I really want to see either. And kind of also my thinking, like, I do want to try and hit some early cards, because you would hate to just you know, ink a card and pass. And then turn 2, ink a card and pass. But then again, the thinking to it is I'm going to hit my power cards before you. So I don't know if that really matters. Could I cut these and kind of go for some higher cost? I don't know. I'm using 4 of the Lefio. I'm using 2 Pongo. I'm sticking with this mainly. The 4-drop, Quest 2, the evasive ability, that's pretty cool. I feel like you need something with evasive in case you come across something with evasive, or it could give your opponent some trouble. So not saying that's the best card, that's just my thinking. I'm using 2 Dragonfire. Perhaps maybe I should go up to 4. You'll see a lot of control, a lot of ramp. 4, Be Prepared. Amazing card, just banish all characters. So even though that may hurt you, but kind of my thinking is, you know, if you're in a pinch, you're starting to like get beat down, you can kind of clear the board and kind of, you know, restart things, I guess. So I am using 2 Mickey Mouse, and then I'm using 3 Maleficent. So that should be 60 cards. Please let me know if you guys have any input. Again, I do own cards. At least I kind of think I have a general understanding of, you know, what's good, what's bad, but maybe there are cards out there that's better than what I'm currently using. So, yeah, I also kind of had these cards to the side, just to kind of show you. I did have Aladdin in there, but I don't want to say it's a bad card, but probably if you're using more Aladdins, right, then that kind of makes more sense. I have the 2 other Dragonfires. I have the 2 other Mickey Mouse. I have a 4th Maleficent. That's kind of the other thing. Like, I don't want to have a whole hand filled of really high cost cards and then just be like, pass, right? But at least the way that this game works, you know, you can mulligan and kind of mitigate. And once you hit those lower cost things, everything kind of should, you know, help itself out. So I do have 2 other decks of the 4 other colors in combinations. So honestly, like, I don't know how good those are. They're probably not very good, but at least for this deck, you know, color combination, I felt like I had a general idea of what I wanted to do and it makes sense. But then when I look at the other decks, like, I don't want to say like all the drops are just random and I kind of don't understand, you know, what I'm doing, but I would be more than happy to show those profiles as well. So thank you guys for watching and have a good day. Peace.